What's up, everybody? Damon here, and in today's gaming news, E3 is officially never coming back. A ransomware group has hacked into Insomniac, and Disney comments on the upcoming Xbox console exclusive Indiana Jones game. This is your Daily Fix. Presented by Pringles. The Entertainment Software Association, or ESA, has announced the end of E3 for good 28 years after the first event took place. In a statement shared on Twitter and with the Washington Post, the ESA said it had decided to end the Electronic Entertainment Expo after nearly 3 decades. The statement reads, after more than 2 decades of serving as a central showcase for the video game industry, ESA has decided to end E3. ESA remains focused on advocating for ESA member companies and the industry workforce who fuel positive cultural and economic impact every day. In March, IGN reported that almost a year after announcing its return, the ESA had canceled this year's E3. At the time, the ESA said the 2023 version, quote, simply did not garner the sustained interest necessary to execute it in a way that would showcase the size, strength, and impact of our industry. It did not mention undertaking the show again in the future. This year's event was supposed to be held from June 13th to 16th at the Los Angeles Convention Center, the show's home for many years, and would have been the first in-person E3 since 2019. E3 2020 was canceled due to the COVID-19 pandemic, and while a digital version was held in 2021, E3 was canceled again in 2022 in an effort to focus on a revitalized showcase that would set a new standard for hybrid industry events. We now know this will never happen. E3 began life in 1995 when the gaming industry spun off from CES. It became synonymous with big video game announcements at flashy press conferences. Historically, the likes of Sony, Nintendo, and Microsoft, not to mention Capcom, Sega, Ubisoft, Bethesda, etc., would show up to E3 with on-stage reveals that would send shockwaves throughout the gaming industry. From Shigeru Miyamoto appearing with a Hylian shield and Master Sword during Nintendo's 2004 press conference to reveal Zelda Twilight Princess, to Sony's generation-defining PS4 game sharing announcement, E3 is remembered for bombastic video game spectacle. However, in recent years, more and more video game companies walked away from E3 to do their own thing, even before the pandemic. Nintendo and Sony now use digital events such as Nintendo Direct and State of Play to announce most of their new products, leaving Microsoft one of the few video game companies that remains committed to announcements at physical events. Now, a lot has been said about the demise of E3 over the years, so I guess let's do this one last time. This sucks. E3 used to be the most exciting time of year for gamers, an entire week's worth of announcements and reveals, companies trying to outdo each other with their presentations, and hands-on impressions of upcoming games from the media outlets and personalities you trust. What we have now, scattered individual online presentations throughout the year, and then the Game Awards, it doesn't come close to replacing the energy and the amount of information that E3 provided. And don't forget, having media on the show floor getting to actually play these games allowed you to get honest impressions. Now the narrative is completely controlled by the big publishers, and you're only going to hear what they want you to hear. Anyway, while today's announcement makes it official, E3 has effectively been dead for years now, and I, someone who has worked in this industry for almost 18 years and looked forward to E3 every year since its inception in 1995, will always mourn that. Moving on, a ransomware group has hacked Spider-Man 2 developer Insomniac and put stolen data up for sale. The group claimed to have obtained information on the upcoming Wolverine game, as well as private staff information. Sony has acknowledged today's reports and said it is investigating. It added that it does not believe any other Sony Interactive Entertainment or Sony divisions were affected. According to Cyber Daily, the hacker group posted limited data to back up its claim. This includes an annotated screenshot reportedly from Wolverine, character art, and staff passport scans. The Cyber Express reported that the group is now selling the data for 50 BTC, or around $2 million, with a 7-day deadline. The implication is that the hackers will release the stolen data if it does not receive payment. Cyber attacks are of increasing concern to tech companies, with the video game industry suffering a number of breaches in recent years. In 2020, Capcom suffered a devastating data breach that revealed a number of unannounced games, including Dragon's Dogma 2 and Street Fighter 6. International law enforcement finally apprehended the ransomware group responsible this October. And last year, dozens of video files related to Grand Theft Auto 6 were stolen and leaked online. One of the accused hackers was convicted of 12 different offenses following a 7-week trial in August. We'll continue following this story here at IGN. And finally today, speaking to Axios, Disney's head of gaming Sean Shoptaw explained why the company was happy to allow the upcoming Indiana Jones game to be an Xbox console exclusive. Shoptaw insisted, with Xbox still being one of the bigger marketplaces for games, we didn't feel like we were going to be overly exclusionary. We felt like it's still going to reach a broad set of folks, and we felt financially and strategically for the game, that made sense at the time. Now, during the high-profile trial between Xbox and the FTC, Bethesda's Pete Hines revealed that Disney had an agreement with Bethesda owner ZeniMax for a multi-platform AAA AAA Indiana Jones game. But after Microsoft bought the company, the agreement with Disney was amended to transition the Indiana Jones game to an Xbox and PC exclusive. Several emails and conversations shown during the trial added color to the decision to make Indiana Jones a platform exclusive. Hines said he was told by Spencer in a call that Bethesda should continue to look at title exclusivity on a case-by-case basis. A subsequent court document revealed how Microsoft believed it could use Game Pass and console sales to help offset the losses it would incur from making Indiana Jones and the recently released Starfield Xbox console exclusives. This is all relevant to the Blade game that was just revealed last week. It's being developed by Arcane, which is a Bethesda studio, but the reveal trailer did not mention Xbox at all. So it is currently unclear whether or not this game, by an Xbox studio, will be an Xbox console exclusive, or if it will also come to PlayStation. It's a weird situation. And that is your Daily Fix for Tuesday, December 12th. Now that you're caught up on the news, watch our final preview of Tekken 8. I'm Damon Hatfield, and for all your video game news, stay tuned to IGN.